Hello everybody. So today we are going to do part 2 of the review of the Temu machine. So this is a machine off Temu that I made a really quick review on before, and we're actually going to compare it to a kind of standard starter machine. You can find many machines like this anywhere from 75 to 200 bucks. I'll put a link in the description if you are interested. And we are going to utilize since we have a not quality machine and a decent quality machine, we're going to have a not quality needle and a decent quality needle. And for ink, we are going to use the industry standard dynamic black, because I will not purchase anything less than that. There's no need to buy Temu ink. I would not use Temu ink on anyone's skin if you care about that person. I wouldn't even use it on an enemy, you know? So, we got our ink set up. And we're just gonna freehand something because this is fake skin. It's not really a big deal. No point in pulling out a whole stencil because I want you to see the clarity of the lines that I pulled. Got a few thousand hours tattooing, so pretty consistent on the technique. So if anyone has bought one of these machines, yes. As far as the stroke, it can be consistent and you can adjust it. But the thing you need to know is that when it comes to these machines, it's all about the power behind that stroke. So it's like the engine, you know? So if I were just to take some of this ink, this is a 7 standard 12 round liner. This is one of the cheaper skins as well. And I'm only going to do a single pass so you can kind of see the difference as far as the lines. And I'll do a little bit of packing. Great. Okay, that's it in the Temu machine, right? Now I'm going to use the same needle, different machine. You see it was at 7.5. So we're going to put this one at 7.5 to be fair. And I have more expensive machines as well. And I can show the difference in those if anybody wants. I'm just not putting them in this video because most people can't afford that end of machine when they're first starting off. So 7.5. Yeah, it sounds different. Sure. But the difference is the quality of line that it pulls. Same technique. There's no like gimmicks or anything here. I'm gonna zoom in for you. So if we go to spray and wipe, is there any difference between these two? So initially, it doesn't look like it with something simple, right? Okay, that's a standard 7, not much variance. Now we're going to swap out for the 14 round liner. There goes the Temu machine. A little bit of stippling. We'll do the exact same thing with the other machine. Sorry, I get like in doodle mode. Alright. I'll swap out for the AKA standard machine. This is 14 needles we're pushing. The exact same voltage. I don't know if it looks smooth to you or not, but it definitely feels a lot smoother to me. It's like the difference between walking on a sidewalk and walking on gravel. Like it's just a smoother journey all the way around. So that's like without going and touching up or anything like that. We'll do the same thing. We're going to spray it off. Clean it up. We're not going for like super dark or anything like that, but pushing 14 needles, there's definitely a significant difference in the quality of the lines that we pulled at that time. So mind you, the quality of line we pulled is better. It's a lot smoother. This is also on fake skin, but I don't know if you can see any of the details as far as like these gaps where all the needles aren't hidden evenly. It's just not as smooth as the pull here. I'll try to get a closer like 4K picture or something, but I'll test it out on more stuff and show you. Alright, so here's a shader. You may be able to get away with just line work mainly if you are using one of these machines. Because I had some people ask if they could do tattoos with them, and again, I don't recommend it because it's just not built for professional work. I don't think it's going to last the long haul. But for some simple stuff on practice, yeah, absolutely. And you know, everybody starts somewhere, so at the end of the day, you know, you want to do what you want to do. But when it comes to things that you just need more power for, this won't make it. The thing is, even using this practice skin isn't a good example because when it comes down to it, you're going to be harder on the skin of the person that you're tattooing. And that's where it's one of those things that's kind of hard to explain until you gain the experience. Because most people will get by with something that's like just good enough and not really understand that good enough isn't going to cut it when it comes to operating on someone's skin, especially when someone you know, and especially when it's permanent. So, of course, I'm always recommend that you get in there and you practice and practice and practice on fruit, on vegetables, on yourself, anything other than other people. And, you know, fake skin, you know, can't afford fake skin, you can go to the market and get a mango for like $3 or $4, you know, depending on where you stay. Some of this comes from experience and technique. So yeah, I can make this look pretty good because I don't know how to make it look bad, but it does not compare to something with more power. It's like riding a bike uphill versus riding a motorcycle uphill. You know, a motorcycle is going to do a lot of the work. If you're riding a bike uphill, you're going to do a lot of the work. So when you're doing a lot of that work, you're going to be overworking the skin of the person you're working on. You're going to be setting up a bad habit of pushing down harder. And that's kind of the big thing, is that you're going to ingrain bad habits when you use bad stuff, you know? If the machine isn't qualified for the work and you're compensating for it, by the time you get a machine that's actually worthwhile, you're going to end up blowing out lines and ruining people's skin. So it's better to just practice and save up. And, you know, just like every artist in the beginning, you got people that when they see you starting, they're going to want stuff. They'll be like, hey, I'll let you tattoo me for free. I'll let you practice on me. I'll be your canvas. That's how all of us start. So, you know, if you use one of these machines on somebody like that, cool, you know. But don't try to build a career off of one of these machines. And honestly, I wouldn't even let anyone know that I worked on things until I was comfortable enough to get a simple machine. And to be honest, tattoo stuff is so expensive already that if you can't afford to get like a basic machine, then you shouldn't be tattooing people, you know? It's a pretty tough career to get into. I know some people will buy this stuff because they don't have the money to pay an artist to work on their skin and they just want to do it themselves. That's fine, you know? But I'm talking more so about the people that want to work at a shop or start their own business. They want to put their art on other people. Those are the ones where it's like, dude, just invest in yourself, because the more serious you take it, the better the outcome. You don't want to be known for being good with bad stuff. Just get the stuff that's the standard, you know? And it's insane using these two machines because I've been using higher quality machines for so long now that even the work I'm doing now, it's taking so much longer to do for this video. Once you get used to better stuff, you get such better work out of your art. And if you're not an artist first, then like, don't even pick up the machine, you know? It's called a tattoo artist, you know? You can be a tattooist and just kind of copy and paste stuff from online, but I don't know, it's not really for me. It's not for everybody. I prefer to put my art in places that can never be replicated. So this video is more so for people like that. They want to push the limitations of themselves and try new things. Online, you can see a lot of different things about technique, about preference of materials, about preference of aftercare. But when it comes to machines, I mean, yeah, personal preference of brand, but don't make a habit out of grabbing too much stuff, man. I worked with an artist that used some Temu stuff, and I had to do a lot of touch-ups because her Temu stuff just didn't do what the people were asking for. The ink didn't stick, or the needles didn't hit hard enough, or the machine wasn't able to perform the way she wanted. And because of that, she's been tattooing the same way for like 4 years now. Like, her art has not grown because she can't push that machine to do any better than what it's doing. So I'm a realism artist. So the most important thing to me is soft, smooth gradients, and then line work. You know, I gotta be able to make something look exactly the way I want it to look. So I gotta have a machine that can perform at that rate. But also, I mean, I'm not silver spoon fed, so I started somewhere too, you know? Everybody starts somewhere. I started pretty low at the bottom. A lot of what I talk about is because that's what I had to do. So I had to invest in myself. I had to try. I had to put the time in practicing. And the crazy thing is, you know, a lot of artists will tell you draw, draw, draw. And they're right. Like, they're not telling you to draw because they're trying to make you take longer to tattoo. They're telling you to draw because, I don't know how to explain this. Almost like you don't realize how big of a gap it is between a tattoo artist and a regular artist in regards to drawing until you realize the demand of drawing in tattoos. Like, tattooism, you got a client sitting in front of you, they want you to change the shape of something right now. There's no like 2 or 3 hours to work out how to make that eye look right. Or let's say you go in white and your stencil's gone. Now what? You gotta draw this thing that you freehanded or stenciled or copied right then and there in the ink. Well, let's say, you know, you got some bad materials like bad ink and bad stencils from off Temu, and it stained the skin so you can't see the design. Now you gotta blindly draw your way through that blotch of ink. And that confidence comes from drawing consistently every day. Like, you have to draw every day. You have to get it to where things are so muscle memory that you don't think about some parts of your art. They just happen naturally. But as you can see, you can put work in over and over and over to make something look a certain way on fake skin. But there's a lot of variables that aren't happening that happen with real people. The sensitivity of the skin, the thickness of the skin, the condition of the skin, you know. If you go into a person in one spot over and over like this, in real life, eventually it wear out their skin, they swell up, and start bleeding. And that's the difference you'll notice with the higher quality materials and lower quality materials, is the amount of work that you'll be able to put into your client's skin. So hopefully you all like this video. If you want to see more stuff, then I'll do more stuff. You got more questions, I got more answers. Thanks for watching. Peace.